Good morning. Oh, God. This is not a good day to do this, but I'm gonna do it. Good morning, guys, and welcome to my channel. If you've been here before, welcome back. So today is a very exciting post. Yeah, I'm really excited actually because I recently came across a external hard drive that I put some things on. It's actually all of my old writing from when I was in middle school and beginnings of high school, mostly middle school. So I used to, every story idea, make a new document and just type all the things, and yes, so I'm going to be reading some of it to you today, no matter how embarrassing. Woo! So I opened the external hard drive and it had a bunch of schoolwork in it, first of all, so there was that, but I'm not going to read the schoolwork because that's weird. But I found a folder called manuscripts, so I clicked it and that's where all the old writing is. So these are all manuscripts, I guess. And I don't really know where to start because they're all very embarrassing because I did read through these beforehand, but it's been like a couple months since I read them. So I thought it'd be fun to do it today and let you see all the things. Where would you like to begin? What is working well here? My teacher says that all the time, and I think it's funny. Let's start with a short one. Maybe this one's short. Open quicklier. Yeah, this one's short. It's only 2 pages and the second page isn't even full. Alright. So the document is titled Trek to California, and then the title in the document is Surviving the USA. Me, because yes, anyways. So there's some Greek letters I recognize here, and I wrote flowers out in Greek, but I don't think it's actually Greek. I think I just used Greek letters to spell the letters. But anyways, so I have a summary, and the summary is spelled wrong, I'm pretty sure, because it's spelled with an A, which I shouldn't have edited, but I just did because I am in. Never mind. Okay. When they suddenly find themselves in Maine, 5 extraterrestrials struggle to survive as they trek across the United States in search of their colony located in Southern California. They face many difficulties that slow them down, including the humanists trying to kill them and personal drama that is very new to them all. Wow. Wow. That's actually a pretty cool idea. So let's see what we got. So I have a preface. The preface is, "Ash, we're not gonna make it," I whispered to him as we waited behind the dumpster for the humanists to leave. "Yes, we are," he said sternly. "We've made it this far, we keep going. Let's just find the others and get to our colony. We're gonna make it." "Be rational. This is the 7th time we've been shot at, and we're only in New York. The colony's in California. The whole nation is against us." Ash's jaw tightened. "We gotta keep trying." I sighed. He held my head on either side, forcing me to look at him. Oh, I don't know how to say my main character's name. Dahlia? Sure. "Look, Dahlia, I know it's far. I know it's dangerous. I know everyone's tired and hungry, but we need to know. But when we make it to the colony, it'll all be fine." "How do you know?" I asked. His lips pressed together. He didn't have an answer. "What if it's not okay? What if the colony is empty? What if they're all slaves? What if—" Ash put his hand over my mouth. "It'll be fine. It'll be fine." That was pretty cool. Alright. Chapter 1. I looked up the ceiling of the spaceship in wonder. "It's so big," I murmured in the new language I just learned. I was in a room with many others of my kind, sitting on small gray things called metal stools. The flowers, translating to flowers, I don't know how to say the original, is what we are called on Earth. Most humans don't want us to come to their planet. Only a select few are opening their arms to us, and that's why the colony was built in the land they call California. Oh my god. The flowers, as you may call us, are humanoids with long, thin tails the color of the sky. That's the only difference between us and humans in appearance. Someone told me that my planet was just like Earth before all the cities and villages were built. It seemed promising. I fingered the skirt that someone made me change into. It was blue too. It covered my tail. I still don't understand why we have to cover them. The male flowers have to wear things called jeans or pants with their tails stuffed down there. And that's it. That's all I have. It's actually a pretty cool idea. And I thought the preface was written really nicely. Honestly, I still kind of struggle with this. I'm way better at writing dialogue than I am at writing descriptions. I actually really struggle with descriptions because I can see what's happening. Why I don't, yeah, you know, it's hard for me to communicate the other. So this is 12 pages and I won't read the whole thing. Alright, so this one is called When I Woke Up. And there's a little confused emoji on it, in case you were wondering. I woke up in the hospital. I squeezed my eyes tight and then opened them wide. I looked around at the bright lights and beeping monitors. Catherine? Catherine. Was that my name? I looked toward the voice anyway. What my eyes met was a very handsome boy who looked to be about 16 or 17. He had dark hair that hung in front of his beautiful blue eyes. I always tend to make my male characters have dark hair and blue eyes, actually. I've moved away from that now because it's a very rare thing, and why would all of my male, like, co-stars, co-main characters, but why would all of them have dark hair and blue eyes? Because that's just not a normal occurrence. So most of them have brown eyes now. But anyways, he was leaning toward me intently, his eyes studying my face. Listen, that was a great use of an absolute phrase. Before I even knew what an absolute phrase was. Oh, Kitty, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. He kissed my forehead and squeezed my hand. I didn't mean to. Who are you? I interrupted, pulling my hand away from him. He stared at me, confused. What? He whispered. Cat, it's me. My eyebrows pushed together. Oh my god. I'm having a feel. Cat, we've been dating since 7th grade. I stared at him blankly. He continued, sounding desperate. I asked you out on the first day of 7th grade, and you said yes. We went out that whole year and the next. We had our first kiss on the last day of school in 8th grade. In 9th, we broke up for 2 weeks because Caitlin McCarthy told you that I slept with her, and then you found out that she was lying and we got back together. Sophomore year, I was in a car accident and was in the hospital for 3 weeks. He's literally giving her his life story, basically. You never left my side, and last year you... Who am I? I interrupted. Who are you? He repeated. Oh my god, Cat! He put his head in his hands. A nurse came in the room then. A big smile lit up her face when she saw me awake. Hello, Catherine! She came toward the bed I was laying on, stopping at the foot. How do you feel? Confused, I answered quietly. You don't feel sick or dizzy? She clarified. I shook my head. No. She nodded and picked up a clipboard. She marked a few things and then smiled at me again. I'll call the doctor and your mother. She turned to leave the room. Excuse me, the guy said, calling the nurse back. She doesn't remember anything. The lady looked at me again, more concern on her face. Catherine, what's your last name? I thought for a moment hard. I don't know, I said finally. What's your address? Listen. I shook my head. I don't know. She nodded, looking a little upset. All right, I'll tell the doctor. She left the room then, closing the door behind her. Obviously, I do not know what it's like in a hospital because those are not how the nurse would respond or anything like that, so that's interesting. What should I read next? Let's read Friday Night Football. I don't know how many pages. Only 2. Alright. This one's just called Friday Night Football and there's no internal title or anything. I freaking hate the air conditioning. Ugh, it makes me so angry. The ice-cold water sloshed into the cup, spilling over onto my already cold hands. I turned and handed it to number 87. In the background, I could hear the cheerleaders yelling, Everybody! Rumble! 87 handed the cup back to me, pulled the helmet back on, and jogged back to his teammates. The deafening cheers coming from the stands resounded through the night. 2 minutes till halftime. The boys lined up, got in their stance, and waited. The ball was snapped, they collided, and a pass was thrown. Touchdown. Wow. That was a quick touchdown. Water rush. I hastily tried to fill enough cups and water bottles for them all while taking the empty ones back. No one helped me. I did it all myself. A few of them spilled it onto me, uttering no apology at all. I didn't care anymore. It was cold and my hands were numb, but that didn't matter. The players got water. That's the important part. Ooh, comma splice. Sorry. Another play. The ball was snapped, passed off behind him, and he was running. Ooh, interesting. Crack! Ooh, onomatopoeia. Wow. I spun around. The whistle was blown and the refs ran toward the 30-yard line. I saw our coaches running. Someone was injured. I craned my neck to see, but everyone was much taller than my 4'11". Oh my god, that is so short. I'm 5'1" and I'm short. Wow. At first there was no sound. Then I heard mild clapping as I assumed the injured was walking, with assistance, off the field. I prepared some water for him. A clear path cleared for him, and he was eased onto the ground. He just lay there, staring up at the night sky. One of the coaches was trying to talk to him, but he wasn't answering. I walked over and leaned to where I knew he'd see my face. It was Jordan, a fellow junior. "Jordan?" I asked. A coach pulled his helmet off, and he seemed to stir a bit. "Jordan," I repeated, "can you hear me?" His eyes seemed to focus on my face. "Hannah," he said simply. I was shoved aside and blocked from view when Paige, his girlfriend, arrived. "Jordan, baby, are you okay?" She promptly leaned down and kissed him several times. Ma'am," a coach began, but was cut off by her hand in his face. Paige was a cheerleader, now dressed in jogging pants and a cheer jacket. I did not envy the cold she probably felt. Her dirty blonde hair spilled in tight curls to her shoulders, and her hazel eyes were rimmed with eyeliner and mascara, and, no doubt, a bunch of foundation to cover every flaw her face most likely had. Damn. Jordan was perfect for her, and vice versa. Jordan, a jock, the most handsome boy in school, with the head cheerleader. His blonde hair was now slick with sweat, and his blue eyes were expressionless, but he was still handsome. They were the it couple. The coach of the cheerleading squad pulled Paige off Jordan, who still looked dazed. Some teammates helped him sit up, and I held the water to his lips. He took a big gulp and lay back down. And that's all I got. I have a lot of things like this, where it sounds pretty good and it's a pretty okay idea. Some of the wording's a little strange, but they're only like 1.5 pages. So many of those like that. I mean, it's not bad. They're not bad. They're just, you know, first drafts of very strange ideas. Not even strange. They're pretty okay. As I freaking suck at finishing anything. Actually, I finished my first short story yesterday, and I'm really scared to like turn it in because I have to turn it in for class. But that's not the point of this video, and I'll probably talk about it in the next writing episode depending on what grade I get. So anyway, that was just some of my writing. I thought it would be worse, but I'm actually not as embarrassed of it as I was when I was reading it the first time. So maybe I shouldn't have read it at all. But I think that for first drafts in middle school, these are pretty alright, you know? If you like this video, make sure to let me know down below and I will do a part 2. I have so many things that I could read to you. Actually, I have some even better things back home that's not even on a computer. They're just like papers. Oh my gosh, that would be so fun. Actually, I think I want to do that in the next video. So there's going to be a part 2. Just keep your eye out. That was me reading my old writing. Thank you so much for watching. Like this video if you enjoyed it. Make sure to subscribe so you can join my family. Hit the little bell to get notified whenever I post a video so you won't miss it. And that's it. So have a great morning, and if I don't see you later, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Put my veil down, trying to hide the tears. Oh, she just couldn't believe.